there's this notion that women are emotional. There are men who are leaders and also
when Nairobi Governor Lilia Juzi niambie mnatumosha
yeah, so
na rais akasema alimfeel.
When we talk about also youth and mental health, one of the reasons I think there are such cases is because unemployment. I'm going back to unemployment.
Yeah, and that goes back to our topic, which is basically online spaces, weaponization of digital platforms, because we are seeing very many youth, especially if a political figure or someone big in the country or in Africa wants to push a particular message. What do they use? They use youth who have a following on digital platforms to amplify this message, whether good or bad. And the reason as to why this youth, akina sisi, we are taken advantage of, because I think that's being taken advantage of, is simply because we are personally dealing with problems. Hi guys, welcome to Authentic Mama Goma, and this month's video series, or rather episode of Tek4Peace, we're going to be discussing the weaponization of digital platforms, especially in Africa.
So my name is Linda Kichohi. I'm a lawyer by profession. I'm also a human rights and digital rights enthusiast. I'm also a gender activist. You could say I'm a feminist.
We could say you are a feminist.
I am. I'm also the founder of Advocacy and Awareness Center Africa. So this is a Pan-African initiative and platform that aims to promote peace, human rights, specifically digital rights, mental health, and climate justice.
So from your perspective, why is it that youth, kina sisi, we're mobilized? Kwanza influencers wenye wako na followers wengi, guys with followers are easily mobilized into sharing a particular narrative on digital platforms.
So my take on that is that, first of all, there's a gap. There's youth unemployment. So that is one of the major reasons as to why also youth can be used to propagate such violence. When there's youth unemployment, people don't have much to do at that time. So what else are you going to do? You have your phone, you have your computer. You're just going to be a member or just propagating different kind of violence. So there are usually different forms. One of them, as you talked about, is known as political astroturfing. It's a sub form of brigading. So what is this? This is where
Hey,
okay.
Brigading, degrading?
Brigading.
Okay. Can we start by defining those things?
Okay.
What does that mean? Because like me here, I don't think majority of them who are watching us, our audience who are joining us today, know what that is, so that we're able to break this down in this high five.
This is a form of online gender-based violence where if you're a youth or someone can use, they want to propagate a certain notion about someone. Let's say it's a political female figure, maybe to discredit their political career or stuff like that. So where they hire a particular group, someone who has a following, someone who has influence, to be able to seem as if to say something that is either harmful and all that, to seem as if a particular community is against that person, maybe due to certain things. So that's basically what brigading is. So when you find that sometimes politicians, you find that they have all this hatred, people just tweeting. Some of them is genuine, but also some of them is propagated by other political figures or
with a particular intention.
Exactly, with a particular intention. So that's what brigading is.
Okay. So now, when talking about online gender-based violence, is it just for women, or do we also see it for men? Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you're the expert here. I think it's greater towards women, especially women aspirants. And why? Why is that?
I think this is because of patriarchy, the societal patriarchy.
In 2023, we have patriarchy.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We still also have like a gender pay gap. There's a lot that I would say it's not only women, they are men, but majority are women. Because even now when you look at our country, what are some of the online gender-based violence and forms who have then be directed towards?
Women.
When you think about it, it's mostly women that you know of in
Yeah.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course there are men. We also saw that in maybe I shouldn't name names, but
Countries, regions.
Yes. There was also a political aspirant who had a certain video shared that went around, and that was it.
Yeah.
He was out of the. I don't know if you catch the way I'm talking about. It was actually a presidential aspirant.
Yeah.
So that is one of the forms. Of course, we've seen women, men being there, and also women. So when you look at even from back then, women are not allowed. Were not allowed to hold political leadership positions. Also in companies, recently there was expose in the newspaper that a certain company had only men board of directors.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's basically what it says, because there's this notion that women are emotional. There's a lot, but again, you see a lot of also other companies where CEOs are women and they're running and they're successful.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we are trying in 2023 to just remove the patriarchal and cultural thinking and what notions that people have of women, so that at least they can be able to thrive in this exactly, and digital space as well.
Okay, but now I'm curious. You've mentioned something that women are emotional. As a woman, I am emotional.
Yes.
Is it bad to be emotional, or it's how we use our emotions?
That's a good point.
Because you see, my goal is not to be a man. I don't ever want to be a man. I don't know what it is to be a man. But I clearly know that I'm a great leader, and I can lead. So how then do we ensure that we have a society that still embraces a woman as a woman without trying to make her a man, and still ensure that they, both men and women, can thrive with their strengths and in their roles, whether man or woman? This is a brainer.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because we have the notion that leaders did not act from an emotional standpoint. Because when you say you're emotional, I'm also emotional.
I think every human being is emotional.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's
actually the point.
Yeah. Everyone is emotional.
Everyone is emotional. So we shouldn't basically just say no, women are emotional, they can't lead. No.
Yeah.
So the thing is to embrace our femininity, and for people to also know that women can also be able to lead. Emotional or not, leadership is a very different spectrum.
Yeah.
It not only involves emotions and all that, it involves critical thinking.
Yeah.
If you're an expert in whatever you're doing, if you're ready to lead the people, because there are men who are leaders, and also
Nairobi governor Lilia Juzi. Niambie not emotional. Even there you tell me I'm not emotional.
Yeah. So,
na rais akasema alimfeel.
Oh my gosh. I think that's actually the point.
So that's a stereotype. Yeah,
so it's just a stereotype
that needs to be broken. It's okay to be emotional, because I mean, you say that your organization also works around mental health issues, and the reason as to why we have. Wait, let me pass here for me. Why do we have rampant mental health issues among youth in Africa today? Looking at online spaces.
I don't think that it's just today that youth have mental health issues. It's just that today is when people are talking about it.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Because the mental health issues have been there back then, but people used to circle around it. People would say, no, it's because of this, it's because of drugs, it's because of... Yeah, of course, those are some of the catalysts that can lead to also stuff like depression and all that. Yeah, but also mental health issues. Someone can have everything right going for themselves, but also have a mental health issue. Yeah, exactly. So I chose mental health as part of one of the advocacy and awareness areas that AAC Africa works on, because I believe mental health is the basis of everything.
Okay.
If at work, in every aspect of your life, you have to be mentally healthy to be able to even perform well. When we talk about also youth youth and mental health. One of the reasons I think there are such cases is because unemployment. I'm going back to unemployment.
Yeah, and that
Yes.
goes back to our topic, which is basically online spaces, weaponization of digital platforms. Because we are seeing very many youth, especially if a political figure or someone big in the country or in Africa wants to push a particular message, what do they use? They use youth who have a following on digital platforms to amplify this message, whether good or bad. And the reason as to why this youth, Akina Sisi, we are taken advantage of, because I think that's being taken advantage of for small money that is not sustainable, is simply because we are personally dealing with problems. You find me, I am broke, I have studied, my parents have invested in me, and you're giving me a leeway, you're giving me an opportunity to not have to go back to my parents in the village or wherever to ask for money. And you're telling me I'll pay you this amount to go say this particular figure is A, B, C, D. Why wouldn't I take it? Yeah. I was already dealing with something. You're offering a short-term solution. So we can't ignore everything you say. We have online GBV, we have mental health issues. They're all interconnected.
Yes. Mental health are one of the major issues in which why the youth are dealing with mental health. First of all is youth unemployment. Another thing is relationships. Yes.
Tell us more.
Of course.
What kind of relationship? My goodness. Story imekuwa tamu.
So you can see also like in the news and all that, you hear femicide cases, suicidal cases. Femicide is when couples, women are killed by their spouses. Not only women, even men are also killed by their spouses. So, but the root of it, when you go back to the root of it, not only is it obviously people will say stuff like cheating and all that, but also you will find it being also financial hurdles. Some of them. So that's why I think mental health is a major aspect in which the youth can, so that they can thrive. We have to be mentally healthy. We have to be able to seek help. We have to be able to go out there and make it a norm to talk about mental health. If someone has an issue, let's not tiptoe around it and say, huyo ni venye anavuta bangi. Also exactly. Or someone will say, huyu alikata shule. Those are notions that personally I would say is what we would think back then, and we shouldn't think about it right now. Because apart from, maybe you can see someone, if it's mental health issue, someone is in depression or whatever, maybe someone will go back. Depression itself can lead you to alcohol abuse. I think it circles back to ensuring that we are mentally healthy, but by that ensuring there is opportunities for the youth, not only digital. We have the digital future. Recently we were told that there are no jobs for the youth, so youth should go into entrepreneurship. Yes.
No, but I think it's true. My focus at least is, my approach would be building a skill set. I am a content creator. My skill set equals to hosting, editing, conversation, etc. So finding out what are you good at, what are you passionate about, how can you build it for 1 to 5 years and then make money out of it. Because there's the foundational bit. My previous guest, we were discussing Gen Z. The problem with our generation, me included sometimes, is that sometimes we have a particular problem of impatience.
That's true.
Hata kama hii economy ya Zakayo is doing us something, hey, the pinch in our pocket is proper. But pia kuna ile foundational stage of investing in yourself before you get the finances.
That's true.
I don't know, what's your take on that?